Hey guys, Tony here, and today I'm going to give you my review on Whole, which came out in November. Not sure how I missed this one, however it's only like £4.29. It's made by a solo dev and it's currently sitting at 95% positive reviews on Steam. Whole is an extraction wave-based first-person shooter set in a very weird universe. Honestly, I had zero idea what was going on half the time. It's PvE only, and I would describe it more on the chilled, relaxed side of extraction shooters. Great if you have a spare half an hour. I would love to see more of these type of extraction shooters. As someone whose game time is limited, I don't usually have the hours and hours to play most of them, so it's really nice to see a chilled one like this. So as always, let's kick off with gameplay. The gameplay loop is a simple one, like any extraction shooter. Get in, get some loot, and get out again. If you die, you lose what you collected. However, in this case, the areas are quite small, which makes it quick. Weapons are limited. You don't have to spend money building them all back up and buying them. You don't lose them, and they have infinite ammo. You can power up your character with drinks, which add permanent buffs, so they don't disappear. So you're going to buy them, and they're always going to be attributed to your character. So the only things you're really risking is the money and tokens you collect if you've picked up a new weapon or quest items. The quest items are like find 5 hard drives, 5 CDs, 5 masks, and as you go through the level you'll find them. As you hand them in, you'll get rewards which can equal new weapons, new levels, or health buffs, or to unlock new things. Inside the level is where you'll find the loot via little boxes or these big fridges which have like a big duck on top. Why is a duck? I don't really know. The developer seems obsessed with ducks. There's ducks everywhere, and again I have no idea why. To extract each level you have to find a microwave, of course. The microwave moves around the level each time you play, and once you click on it, you extract after a short period of time. You're kept in the area, then this hole appears below you. And like all good extraction shooters, it has that risk versus reward. But luckily, because it's a bit more on the fun side, a bit more chilled, the risk isn't hours and hours of your life lost like some games. Once you extract, you come back to a hub area, which you can upgrade, customize weapons, and hand in your quests. The hub area was decent, but I would have liked to seen a little bit more customization and interesting things dotted about. There's 3 maps in total, which again, a little bit disappointing, but I'm sure more will come soon. The final aspect to cover in the gameplay is the wave system, which basically, the longer you stay in the map, the harder and more enemies will show up. When you start, you may run into the odd enemy, you might say 1 or 2, but by wave 3 or 4, you really start to notice. The waves are infinite, so it's never gonna stop, so it's really up to you how long you stay in each level. The only issue I really had with it is you can't mark where the microwave is, so usually when you find it, you kind of stick nearby it, because you need to extract to get your stuff. And I think it would make it way better if you could just mark it and then you would explore and stay in the levels longer, as it can be hard to re-find it because a lot of the rooms and areas look the same. So yeah, overall with gameplay wise, I think it has a super satisfying gameplay loop. Yes, it's a bit bare bones at the moment, but that core is really good. As it's a first person shooter, let's move on to combat. You get a total of 4 weapons and they are so much fun to use. The combat in this game is tight, it's really good. Bullet holes pepper the walls around you. The enemies are a massive challenge, so you do have to be aware. It's one of the first games in ages that I found myself really using cover constantly. Because of the close quarters battle mentality of it, you're going to be using in combat all them pillars and desks to hide behind and get the advantage on your enemy. What I really liked about the weapons is the infinite ammo, but the mags tend to be a bit smaller, and when you reload, what I really liked is you have to chamber around with the middle mouse button, which again just added that little bit of complexity, but a lot of fun. When you kill an enemy, they will drop money, which you need to buy upgrades, so it encourages you to get into combat. There's a couple of different factions, and they will fight each other as well. You'll quite often just hear gunshots as you're walking around. Moving back to the weapons a little bit, you can customize these with attachments. There's not a boatload of attachments, but the developers just added some more, which is good to see. The time to kill is very small. You can be taken out super quick, and likewise for enemies. A well-placed headshot will put you or them down very quickly. The combat is top notch and I loved it. One of the best I've played in a while. It's so quick paced and you can get back into the action quickly. Graphics wise, it has that art style that in some games looks a little bit rubbish. I'm not a massive fan of that filter style with that blocky graphics, but I think this one pulls it off just. However, it's not the best optimized and it can slow down in parts. And I saw on reviews, this seems to be most people's complaints, which I think is a bit of a shame. So hopefully the developer works on that optimization animation. There's also some janky animations. If you climb up on a table or a unit, you can like see your body and head is like detached and it looks all weird, but that's kind of one of the only things I really noticed. Sound wise, it's a little bit on the basic side. The guns sound good though, but pinpointing sound and where the gunfire comes from can be a little bit hard. But you know, for what it is, it's pretty good. So in conclusion, this game for your money, honestly, I just don't understand it. You can't go wrong. It's a really good game. It's well put together. There's no bugs that I noticed. It's got a super satisfying gameplay loop. It plays well. And I played for a few hours last night and I was like, ooh, I can't wait to play some more on the weekend. I hope the developer keeps adding more content because it does run out of content a little bit towards the end. But again, it's less than a pint. So it's totally worth a buy. Definitely add to your wish list. Like, even if you just want to wait a little bit to see how it develops. But honestly, such a good FPS and extraction shooter. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got to say on the subject. Catch us all later. Goodbye.